Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm back here at Moss Acura in North Tampa because guess what? We have it. This is a 2020 Acura MDX Hybrid. So let's talk a little bit about the MDX. The MDX is Acura's largest SUV. It's a 3-row SUV. What's wonderful is that the proportions of it, though, aren't so oversized to where it feels very cumbersome to maneuver. One thing is for sure that you're going to get that great reliability that Acura is known for, their new direction known as precision performance. And what's wonderful is that the MDX Hybrid actually shares a lot of technology, believe it or not, with their halo car, the Acura NSX. This MDX has been this particular style since 2017. They are expecting, of course, a redesign to come. But what's wonderful is that we have this hybrid MDX to bring to you. So let's go ahead and just dive right in. Right off the bat, I like the look overall of the MDX. The proportions are great. The way that Acura does their signature dual LED headlight design is spot on the money with their daytime running lamps, all LED. You have the Acura name in there. We come down, you have functional side air curtains. The only thing I'm a little confused about is why they have to put the fake vent texture here. I wish that this was just kind of smooth, so I am going to zonk that, but I do like, especially with the pearlescent white, the nice little chrome addition to kind of brighten up this area and make it be cohesive with the headlight design. Now, as we come across the front, I love their beautiful grille shape. You know, they, for a few years, had that silver beak design. Really wasn't my favorite, but I love the way all of those diamond gloss black pieces kind of drift away from the Acura logo. You have the chrome trim all the way around. We drop down functionality, obviously, to bring air into the radiator. And I think it was very smart to do this textured chrome strip across the bottom. And it has that usual SUV kind of design to it, and it makes each corner all into one package. Now, as we go up onto the hood, very strong, powerful line in the center, all about precision performance. Then it flows away towards the fenders and then drifts away as we get closer to the windshield. Very, very nice look, and you're definitely not going to confuse this with any other vehicle on the road. Now, as we come around the bend, no flat black, anything like that. We're looking at a 20-inch wheel. I like the gunmetal gray. I love the machined aluminum finish here. It's a 245 on the width and a 50 series sidewall. Going to give you a nice ride. Overall, pops very nicely with the white. We have a very, very tasteful. I'm glad they didn't go too gaudy with the badging. Hybrid badge, that blue color, nicely done. Color match mirror caps with the LED turn signals built in, the gloss black, and then we're going to have some shiny chrome around the top and bottoms of the window openings. Chrome on the door handle, and I think it's super smart to have that chrome go across the sill at the bottom. Gives it a lot of extra personality, and that's what I love about this MDX. As we come back, gloss black all blends into the rear quarter window, and the way it flares out very, very nicely. Getting to the rear of the car, it's clean. You got your MDX badge, a little bit more of that chrome. You got your LED taillights. You drop down. And then what's wonderful is that, yes, this is decorative, but there is an actual exhaust tip in there. So it is functional exhaust. And then they did the same exact thing with the silver trim that they had on the front nose section. But very, very sharp from front to back. Let's go ahead and pop the hood and see that hybrid technology. All right, guys, we got the hood popped on the 2020 Acura MDX Hybrid. I know there's a lot of plastic, but you know what? The engine cover has some nice design to it, and I'm sure Tom could show off some of that orange wiring down there that lets you know it's a hybrid. But what you are basically looking at is, like I said, technology taken from the almighty Acura NSX. That's a 3-liter VTEC V6. It's gonna be combined with the electric motors, 321 horsepower. It's all mated through a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. And the best news is that you have that wonderful SH all-wheel drive system, that super handling all-wheel drive system that Acura is known about. You're even going to have active dampers at all 4 corners to give you the right kind of ride, the way that you need it at that exact moment. But this is what we're looking at here with this setup. And what's wonderful is that with that combined 321 horsepower, you're also getting some great MPGs. This is a 3-row SUV, 27 in the city, 26 on the highway. Why don't we go ahead, get to the interior, and see what the Acura MDX Hybrid is all about. All right, guys, we're inside the 2020 Acura MDX Hybrid. I know you're probably saying, well, Joe, I already love the MDX. This hybrid is really making sense to me, especially 26 in the city, 27 on the highway when it comes to MPGs. How much is it? $53,000. The way that it's optioned, $53,865. Let's see what you get for the money. Now, I'm loving the door panels. I like the silver trim near the top of the door panel. You have the leather that's perforated with the white contrast stitching, leather on the armrest with the contrast stitching, and that wood grain looks very, very tasteful. Soft material all throughout. You have a decent sized pocket down there, bottle of water, and you definitely could fit about 6 Twinkies in that door pocket, because one thing's for sure, in this hybrid MDX, you're not gonna be stopping for fuel as much as you used to, so you wanna be stocked up. Soft material, I do like the flow of the dash. The wood trim is tasteful. Even this silver kind of just brightens everything up. This is where it gets a little zonky for some people. Some people love it. I think more people don't. You have a dual screen setup. I'm definitely zonking it. It's a little too much screen for me. I do like the way the navigation is up nice and high. This area down here I really think doesn't need to exist, but I get it. You could have your navigation going on one screen and then get into your AC controls. You could get into your heated seat if you want to, and that's a zonk. Heated seats, but no ventilated seats. That in Florida is definitely a zonk, and it hurts. You got your radio controls. You do have some controls to adjust the AC if you don't want to touch the screen. You drop down, you have the next nice direct drive controller that allows you to go through the menu with your top screen up there. Makes it easy to do. You could kind of go back real simple. We could zoom in, we could zoom out. You could do whatever you want with that. So that's a nice setup. We keep coming down. You have a tasteful lid. I do like the way they seal it up. You open that up. We have a 12 volt and a place for your class ring. It's nice and felt lined, so it's not gonna get scratched up. 2 cup holders, and then this is gonna be the push button transmission for that 7-speed, not a CVT, 7-speed DCT. You hit drive button twice, that puts you into a sport mode, and you have dynamic mode, which remember, you have active dampers. So what that means is when you go into the different modes, it's gonna adjust how stiff the suspension gets, depending on what your drive is. Really like the wood here. The silver is genius. The way they put the silver touches. This slides back, and here's all your connectivity. USBs, you got 3 of them, an aux jack, and you could have a bag of Lay's chips. Right there, close that up. Decent softness on the armrest. I like the stitch work, and I like how wide it is. Open it up, voila. Peanut M&M tray, or regular M&Ms if you're allergic to peanuts, I understand. Plus you have a place for some toothpicks, so you could pick the peanuts out of your teeth, or if you ate broccoli before your peanuts, you could pick that out of your teeth. Open it up, and you could probably get 1 box of Twinkies in there, or 2 boxes of Little Debbie, whatever floats your boat. Close it up. Seats. I love the leather, the perforated center, the stitch work is great. They're obviously power adjustable for both the passenger and the driver, and they're actually the perfect balance of soft but also comfortable, and they're nice and wide. Here's your key fob for your MDX Hybrid. Very tasteful. It's got a nice weight to it. And then we have a standard size sunroof up top with a lighter headliner, which I think is smart. And if you look, I got plenty of headroom, plenty of shoulder room. Everything is nice and pushed forward. But why don't you get on over to the business end? I want to show you that we have a red power button and what's going on behind the wheel of this MDX. All right, guys, business time. You do have 2 memory settings for the seat, which is very nice to have, and I love how soft the material is. Down below, as we drop down, you're gonna have brushed aluminum dead pedal, brake pedal, and throttle. You have your aluminum trim with the Acura logo there, and look how tasteful this is. Very nice with the silver. This is gonna move your seat. You got your lower lumbar, which is great. Steering wheel, perfect thickness. I wish there was some of that contrast stitching that was on the seats. I wish it was here, so that's a zonk for me. Also be nice if it said hybrid here instead of just regular black plastic, but I do like the thumb wheel drives, easy to use, flat black. And then the gauges. Now, before we get to the gauges, you do have paddles on the back of the steering wheel, which are plastic. They are small. I am gonna zonk that. I wish they were a little bit bigger and maybe made out of a different material, but you have a good old-fashioned analog tach, speedometer, fuel gauge, coolant gauge. There is a redesign coming, but this still works. You have that center display there where you could actually toggle through all sorts of information. Look at that. So you get your average speed. You can go into your different modes. Comfort, sport, sport plus, normal. But who wants to be normal? I'm going sport plus. I'm going all the way. Overall, really enjoying sitting up front. Why don't we check out the mid-row and see how your passengers are going to like the back of the MDX. All right, guys, mid-row time in the Acura MDX Hybrid. The leather is all over the place, and I'm really liking that. So we have leather all the way the backs of the seat. You have pockets for both the passenger behind the driver and the passenger over here. Nice AC controls, and then look, they got you covered. 2 USBs. You got a place to put probably a couple toothpicks because it's not very deep. That area is a little shallow here. Maybe one small Slim Jim or a couple Tootsie Rolls. I did not move the seats because I wanted to show you the seats are in the right place. These seats do slide back. So there's a bar underneath. You just slide it back. And of course, they're also going to recline as well. Great amount of headroom in here. I'm not even close to it. Armrest. It's not too bad. I'd rather they would have put the cup holders this way, but if you keep your arm further to the back, you still got plenty of room, and it is softer, so that's a nice touch. But overall, I do like how I feel in this mid-row. Let's check out the third row and see how a 6-foot grown man fits back there. All right, guys, time to get into this third row. There's a button on the back of the mid-row seat. You hit that, slides forward. There's actually a pretty good amount of space for your landing room, but as you can see, not the largest of openings, but say a prayer, I'm gonna fit back there one way or another. So here we go, climbing in. Well, this is definitely for somebody of a shorter size than I am. My knees are almost at eye level, and I do not feel very comfortable back here. But this is definitely, if I was like 6 years old, I think this would be a great place to be. No AC back here, so that to me is a challenge. I need some AC vents because I'm already starting to sweat, and it's just gonna get worse from here on out. You got single cup holder, no type of USB or any connectivity, and then here comes the worst part. Pulling the seat back is gonna feel great, I already could tell. All right, so there we are. I'm not going anywhere, so if you wanna make sure that your passengers are not gonna move out of the car, this is where you want them to sit in this third row, but definitely somebody 3, 4, 5, 6 years old. It's not meant to be this thing where you're taking a 1,000-mile trip with somebody sitting back here. It's to get to the movie theater or get them to school really quickly. But why don't we go ahead, let's check out the cargo area and see how much room we have. All right, guys, time to check out how much cargo room we have. You press the button. It's on the medium side of raising, but you can see how much space we have with the seats up. I'm gonna come around and swing around here and just show off that you do have a 12 volt for when you're going camping. Nice little cubby for emergency Twinkies. And underneath, bam. This is where you know you're not gonna starve to death. Load this up with all your favorite snacks, and then of course you close it back up very easily. Now, if you're wondering, well, how hard is it to get the seats down? Actually not bad at all. You just go ahead, do that with the handle. I'm gonna come around this side. Easy peasy. 1, 2, 3, we have the passenger side of the vehicle with the seat down for the mid-row, just to give you an idea. And then the wonderful thing is to get it up, the seat up, that's all you're doing. 1, 2, 3. But if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go ahead and take this MDX Hybrid for a spin. All right, guys, we're leaving Moss Acura, North Tampa. We're in the 2020 MDX Hybrid. This is my first time driving one of these. 7-speed DCT. Just like any other video that we've done in an MDX, visibility out the front is great. Out the back window is phenomenal, and really like the weight of the steering wheel. That's one thing that Acura, and of course Honda, because Acura is the premium brand of Honda, what they do really, really well is feedback to the driver is freaking out of this world. I love it. Seats are great, supportive. You're able to get it to fit to your body very nicely. I'm not sold on the dual screen setup. Just like a couple other brands that do it, I'd rather just have the one screen. and just leave it at that. I'm excited to see where Acura is going to take the MDX for sure, because this thing really does have so many great qualities that with a little bit of redesign and style, I think it's just going to blow everything else out of the water. Right now I have it, I'm actually going to put it in, I have it in sport mode and sport plus dynamic mode for the dampers and whatnot, and that's going to give you a little bit more aggressive shifting out of that 7-speed DCT than if you have it just in regular drive. Of course, like I said, over 300 horsepower combined with the V6 and the electric motors. And you have, like I said, the SH all-wheel drive system. But on throttle, it really does, you can feel the difference between this and your standard MDX. What's really great about the MDX, especially the hybrid one, is that you're not really losing any leg room or anything in the back. I didn't feel more cramped than in your standard MDX, and that's a good thing. That shows that the engineering is there on how they were able to work in the batteries for the hybrid system. But very, very smooth and very quiet in here, which is nice as well. All right, guys, let me give you another acceleration test on throttle. Wow, definitely a difference in acceleration by far with the hybrid over your standard MDX. And hey, you can't beat the all-wheel drive system in this Acura either. They call it super handling for a reason, and it definitely gets the power to the ground. Very smooth ride, and I'm telling you, it seems quieter in here than other Acuras that I remember, which is good. Visibility feels good. Steering wheel, you're gonna like holding on to it because it's just the right thickness to it. And it's nice also to have the adjustability of the different dynamic modes, which is nice. All right, guys, let's see how it handles. We're on throttle. Gonna go through some twisty bits on the brakes. Turn in, yes, the all-wheel drive system keeps you planted. You have the extra pep that you want. Really, really smooth. Very capable. Not a lot of body roll. I'm telling you, that was actually pretty well done with keeping us flat as we turned in through those different turns. It felt great. Felt really, really nice. So I'm impressed with what Acura has done with this MDX hybrid setup. I really like how the 7-speed DCT shifts. I'm glad that they used that transmission. It makes sense, and I think it does the job perfectly paired with the hybrid setup in this MDX. But back on throttle, let's see how she handles one more time. Nice large dead pedal. I really do like that. Gives you the ability to support yourself. But with the sport shifting, feels great. The downshifts are very nice and deliberate, decreasing radius. Really nicely done. And obviously this is not meant as a corner carver by any means, but I just want to show you that all-wheel drive system and the hybrid setup and more power, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. And when things get a little twisty and you want to have some fun, have some fun. But if you're cruising to pick up the kids or go to the movies or whatever, you could do that just the same here, and you're gonna get the wonderful return at the pump. Or should I say, when you're not returning to the pump. That's really where you get the big return. But hopefully this gave you a nice overview of the MDX. We're gonna wrap this one up and get back to Moss Acura, so I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, been another wonderful day here at Moss Acura North Tampa. I definitely got to thank Taylor, Matt, Joshua, the whole crew, getting us this 2020 hybrid. What can we say about it? You're gonna have the style of Acura, you're gonna get excellent MPGs and 3-row capability. Is it perfect? Of course not, no car is perfect, but definitely has the look, has that miles per gallon that people are wanting. But if these are the types of vehicles that you like to see on Rady's Rides, leave a comment in the comment section. If you are new and you're on your way out, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description, get yourself some Rady's Rides merch. Got to give it up to Big Guns McGee, Tom Mosher. He just ate a T-bone steak in about 20 minutes to get this shot done for us. So thank you, Tom, for your hard work. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.